Manel, welcome back to the show.
Thank you so much.
What do you think about the new studio, huh?
Yeah, it's good.
A little
It's
different.
perfect.
A little different than before.
Look fancy.
Fancy. Not as fancy as your belt here, Mr. World Champion.
It's a lot of hard work.
You became a world champion since last time we talked, and that was interesting. How did that make you feel, man? Like being that, obviously I was there with you, and we shared that moment together, and that was cool as shit for me. I can imagine for you getting that belt, and
I never feel like kind of the feeling like that.
Yeah.
After, before and after the fight, it's like magic, you know.
Yeah.
Before looks like some spirits come in my body, you know. I was so aggressive, like I was thinking so in fight, but I'm thinking like we'll win, you know.
Yeah.
And the moment to fight, when I give the knockdown,
Yeah.
I like all emotions come in my body, you know. All emotion, like I become a world champion, but then I stop to think about that and try to work, and then before and then after, like my body all energy.
And then you're just zapped.
Yeah.
I don't sleep for like 2 days after a fight for some reason, just because the adrenaline. I don't know. Some people are different. Some people go right to sleep. I can't. What's cool about that fight is it was like there's 2 fights in a row, and it was a New Year's Eve card. So you were the main fight of New Year's Eve in RIZIN, which is their big show. And there were some big, heavy names on the first fight that wasn't the big main fight. You were the main event of the big show. It was a huge opportunity for you. I mean, that was a lot of pressure, kind of, I would think. And 35,000 people packed in the Tokyo Dome. Was Tokyo Dome, right?
Yeah. No, Tokyo Dome.
Saitama
Super Arena.
And man, just being out there with you in the ring and seeing that, it was an incredible amount of people, like crazy amount of people. And then it's just you and one other guy fighting, and you handle that pressure so well. I mean, you listened to the game plan, you followed what you wanted to do, and you just seemed so relaxed. It was really cool.
You know, many fighters have this kind of the emotions when they saw a lot of people, and if they fight like in big company. And for me it's different. I don't pay attention on big company like in RIZIN or in UFC or something like that. I think by myself, like I don't will compete against RIZIN or against UFC. They are company of the business and promote the fight. You know, I'm a fighter, so I need to compete with another fighter, not against RIZIN.
Yeah,
that's
what's important.
Yeah, I don't put this pressure for me like it's RIZIN. Okay, it's RIZIN. Okay, but I'm not a promoter of fighter. Right. I'm a fighter, so I like to see a lot of people. You know, see a lot of people see me fighting. You know, I can do my things, be who I am. You know, be myself. So it's not true that I say I don't feel the pressure. I feel like, but it's not this kind of pressure the fighters feel like, I need to give my best. So it's some good pressure, you know. I feel it's some good pressure.
Yeah, and being that it was so much pressure, it was. I mean, like always, you handle the pressure so well. You fight so, you fight so perfect to what we plan, and then. It's funny because when I would give you instructions or yell at you, it's so weird because like unlike most opponents, it seems like most fighters, so many fighters like look away from their opponent and like want to talk to you and like you see a big reaction. With you see no reaction. It's almost like you don't hear me, but then you do exactly what you hear everything, but you do it perfectly. Where you listen, but you're still in the game. You never take your mind off the game for even a second.
I was so focused for this fight. I was very
good.
Very focused. You know, I think it's the fight that I be more focused, but it's the fight that I put more emotional.
Right.
Emotion.
And emotion's strong when you fight. It's
powerful. I don't like fighting in emotion. You know, I like follow my game. You know, and keep all time focus. Then if I saw the fight like hurt, I like to enjoy the moment, you know. I like the punishment. Like I like enjoy the punishment. This is what I like. So, but in this fight, like I was a little bit emotional because the belt have many things involved around this fight.
And you put away a solid champion, Asakura, and he's back the champion.
Yeah, he's back.
So it's not like he was a fluke champion. I mean, he is still the champion of RIZIN after you left. So I mean, he was legit, and you made him look pretty basic. I think that's the best thing you can do. And a lot of fighters, I mean, obviously now we know you got a UFC contract. You're going to the UFC. This is a dream come true. And this is where you're going to, you know, obviously boost your career and go at the highest level. You know, I'd say most fighters, when they go into the UFC, have pressure, you know, like this pressure of like being in the UFC, this pressure of all this stuff. But after this, it's like, it's hard to say that it's going to be much different for you mentally, considering you fought in front of, as a main event in such a big show, 35,000 people against a world champion, and you just handled it like nothing. So I can imagine you're going to go in the UFC and it's going to be like another day for you.
This is what I'm saying before. Like, I don't feel this pressure that I go to UFC. I have many people talk, friends very close, told me, oh, it's more pressure in UFC, is different. Like, it's different in what kind? Like, I fight in Rising. I fight with ex-fighters like in UFC, like Yamakol, Ikam, Kyoji Origuchi, Uka, and Mizugaki. They are before fighters from UFC. You understand? I don't feel this pressure because I'm not will fight against Dana White. Like, if I was the boss of some promotion, of course, I will think like, I should have some pressure. I will compete against UFC. But no, I'm a fighter. You know, I will compete with another fighter that's training like me. You understand? So this is what I'm thinking all the time.
Good.
So this is that I'm thinking that I will have a good performance like other fighters don't have. That's what I'm thinking.
Absolutely. And it's kind of the aftermath that's the important thing. And I think that's what differentiates you from a lot of fighters is like you focus on the fight because that's what's important. But it's the aftermath in UFC that really means anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
So it's like the fight's the fight. Like you said, it's just a fight. No matter who it is, where it is, what it is, it's a fight. You're in there to fight this guy and you got to win. The difference is when you win a fight, especially against the level you're going to have to come into with UFC, then the aftermath is what's big. And then the fight's already over. You can just enjoy it, you know. Like so, you get the win, and you just get to enjoy all this publicity, and you know how fast the UFC hypes people. And for you to come in, for you to come in and fight a top 5 opponent in your first fight, they're obviously putting you to the test. And if you pass that test, you're going to be that hyped guy.
Of course, I will pass this test because I was fighting before in 61. This is not my original weight. My original weight is flyweight 57. So and in 61 I was looking very 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 big, you know, for 61, strong, fast. And then now I'm thinking, now I will fight in my weight, my original weight. So what will happen? I will fight with somebody more small than me. You understand? I don't think that they are so fast like I am, and they can handle with me with my. I know that I'm strong, you know. So I'm thinking like it's not to respect any fighters of flyweight, but I'm thinking that I will make everybody like look amateur.
I think so too, man. The thing is like you are so ridiculously fast and strong and so good everywhere. We won't get into all the all your details, but you're so good everywhere. And man, I'm excited. And we're gonna move you to AK headquarters because obviously Thailand's in lockdown right now. We have only a limited amount of training partners at AK Thailand. I just obviously feel you're gonna get a way better camp. How's that going to change things? I mean, as far as mentally going to such a great camp, we talked to Javier, and the Dagestan guys are coming back. There's already good guys there ready to train. And that's what's good about having AK Thailand and AK headquarters and us being a family is we can send people back and forth. And I think you could have a good camp that would win you the fight here, even now in this situation that we're in. But going to AK headquarters with Javier helping you and the Dagestan guys coming back and all the guys there, it's got to be motivating for you to be able to get that kind of attention. That's the best. I mean, there's no doubt in the world that is the best gym, that is the best camp.
And it's good for myself too, because when I was a kid, my dream is one day go to America. You know? It's all my dream, go to America. And then now this happened with some reason. You know, I believe in this kind of things. I become a world champion. This is what I'm thinking when I was a kid all the time. Like have some belt, like very important for everybody know, or stay in America. You know, so and training in AKA, of course, this is a big thing for me. And training and test me healthy with the better fighters of the world, like having in AKA. So for me, it's good. Not is good for check to my level, or I'm improve all this time the training here, and for compare, because this sport is a little bit competitive,
Yeah.
And it's, of course, when us team, it's need to be healthy.
And it's hard to find people to compete with you, even when we have a lot of people here. And then now with less people, because they've kicked everybody out of Thailand, it's just, it's hard. I mean, we're having to mix people in with you and multiple fighters, multiple rounds, and switching things up. And you're doing so good. It reminds me of a lot of the guys that came up at AK, the Canes and the Khabibs that could go through so many people in so many rounds. So the fact that you're going to get a different level of training partners there that you just can't find here, especially now, is going to be incredible. And I think your game is going to be even better. And it sucks I'm not going to be able to be there for this one, man, because I really want to be there for this fight if I can't leave Thailand. But I'm excited for you to do that. That's going to be incredible, man. And I think it's going to be a great performance. And the good thing is you'll be acclimated too. So California and Vegas is the same. So you'll be there for plenty of time to be acclimated. The weather, the time change. I think it's going to be really good for you. And I'm excited, man.
Me too. I agree.
Yeah. What does it mean to have a UFC fight as far as, so you came up and you've had fights in all kinds of shows. You've worked your way up to RIZIN. You became a world champion. How's the difference of being in RIZIN and being a world champion, but taking that step into UFC and kind of starting the journey of like the top level, like to get to the very, very top? How does that make you feel as a fighter?
I was thinking, for me before, I make this plan. So I need to be a champion in RIZIN. I just will left RIZIN if I will become a champion. If no, I will stay all my life in RIZIN.
Right.
I put this plan. This need to work. I don't have a plan B or move for another promotion or something like that. This is my plan, because my dream was kid is fighting in UFC, of course. And I think UFC is more my face, like this kind of show and everything. So I can realization this my first plan. Then my second plan is compete in high level and become a champion again. So for me is important, of course. This whole situation, what happened. And now I feel that my words and my thoughts have a lot of power. Yeah, I have a lot of power.
So let's talk about, so you're the Starboy.
Yeah.
So when did this start with the style and the Starboy and the Gucci, the Louis Vuitton and all that? When did all this start?
When I was a kid. Yeah.
Well, that planted the seed when you were a kid, right? Because you had a rough childhood and. Let's talk about that. So how was your life when you were growing up?
No, my life when I grew up is not. It's a poor life, but always always when I'm a kid, I know where I want to be, and I know what I want. Because I watch a lot of YouTube. 50 Cent, Floyd Mayweather.
You want to success and.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about this when I finish my training. Go to home, open the computer, take this kind of motivation, Many people look for this and hate. This.
But that's everybody. All the people you just listed. Any time you're successful at something, you're gonna have haters.
Yeah, but people like.
But you have a lot of supporters too. You're a superstar in Japan, so it's like you're a mix. You pull it off well. Some people don't pull it off well. They get too flashy. I think the Floyd thing is where he's too flashy and people disrespect him, even though he is pound for pound one of the greatest boxers to ever do it, and like Hav said, stylistically one of the best combat athletes. But I think you pull it off well. I don't think you're too cocky about it. You just you flaunt it just enough, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not cocky. I have a good education. When I'm a kid, I grow up with a religion, Bible all the time, my family. But I know who I am. You understand? I know who I am, and I know how good I am in one. If I do something, I know. Yeah. And nobody can tell me that. Oh, you need to be tranquil, more calm. No, You understand me? I know that I'm good on this. It's not be cocky, you know, but I'm confident in what I'm doing. So, and I saw this kind of the things and the people that like I can see that have the same personality than me. You understand, like Floyd or 50 Cent. When I watch and do these videos, I feel like, oh, like it's me in the future. You understand? It's me in the future. I'm driving this car, dress this kind of clothes, you know. They have this kind of shoes. And I feel happy when I saw this. Kind of give me motivation, you understand?
Yeah, I relate to that because like I grew up looking at DuPont Registry and all these like magazines of like nice houses and cars and yachts, and that was my motivation. And then now it's like I still try to buy the nicer things because it motivates me, because I want to continue that life. You know what I mean? If I wear nice things, I want to stay wearing nice things. And if anything, I want to have nicer things in the future. And I understand a lot of business people say live by your means and focus on all that, but you got to do what motivates you, and everybody's different. One person can't tell everybody how to be the best of them. For me, motivation is everything. Movies, I take motivation from music, movies, and seeing things. And when I wear nice clothes and I have nice things, a nice place, you know, different things, that successes in my life, that motivates me to want more of those things and continue to have that. I don't want to lose that. If I live cheap as possible, even if I'm successful and can afford these things and have a crummy place to live and crummy clothes, and it's not motivating for me.
And you say something very, very important that make me think. When somebody gives some advice, you know, when I was a kid, many people of my gym or like in school or something like that, like they all the time give me advice. But I don't like that people like. Look, I hear just advice that people that win something, that have success. You understand me? Not everybody can give me some advice.
You're right.
You understand?
Everybody wants to give advice.
It's funny. Till now, some people or friends like that. They have bills for pay. They have some life that I know that is not good, and they like, oh Manel, save money, but like, why you give me that advice? Don't give you that for yourself. Like, build something, have a source, then give me advice. Like, I hear just people that have a good life. They know how to treat the money. You understand? They know how to treat their life, and they are smart. I just hear this because many people, what do they say me? Come in my ear and 100 and go in 1,000. You understand? Like, it's funny. Like, people want to be like this. Is one of the things that I hate when I was a kid. People that give me some advice and they first don't look for yourself.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of business people on Instagram and these mentors and stuff, and they're giving advice all the time, but they're spending 90% of their time on Instagram giving advice, selling programs to give advice, because that's how they're making their money, versus the business that they're supposed to be successful at. And if they were so successful in what they were doing, they wouldn't have to be spending 20 hours a day selling their programs and selling their how to get this and how to do that. You know what I'm saying? I get there's people that help, but everything's different. And like, for some people, you know, you see people like Bezos, who was very humble. Bill Gates was very humble at the beginning. Zuckerberg, you know, some of these guys were very humble in the beginning, and it was fine for them because they were just so adamant on their work. But it comes down to like what makes you work hard. And some people can live normal, and that motivates them, and they're driven to work hard. But some people can do the flashy things and have nice things, and that motivates them to work hard. And I'll take an example. Conor McGregor, I think, when he got in the UFC, I mean, he would spend his entire paycheck on a suit, right? Right? I mean, everybody said it was stupid. Everybody said it was crazy. But this is a guy who was focused on looking sharp, and when he started looking sharp and having that persona, I think that motivated him to fight harder and be bigger and stuff. So I think whatever it takes to make you
and many
work
people
harder.
Follow him.
Exactly.
And try to be like him.
Absolutely, and that's another reason why I like.
But before, this guy will broke fast. Yeah, sure. This guy is like, you understand?
It's whatever it takes to make you work hard is what the advice should be. It shouldn't be like you have to do this to work hard. You have to whatever it takes to make you work hard, and you put the work in. You work hard. So if you want to be flashy and have your stuff, and you can still work hard, then so be it.
We
do
should
what you want. You
be flashing, but have some limit that you cannot pass.
Absolutely.
I know many times I pass this limit, and then I have the consequence of life. So I learn from my mistakes. I'm good on this and learn from my mistake, and I know that next time I don't will fail again.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I know this.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. And you work hard and you do what you got to do to earn all these things, and your success is proving it because you're winning bigger fights every time. You know, obviously the biggest one recently. Yeah. And but going back, you know, you had the poor childhood and you had the dreams and you wanted to have the flashy stuff and a successful life. When did that turn into getting it from fighting? I mean, were there any other options you had when you were looking at all these fancy things and these videos and stuff? Was there any other option that you had to be successful, or was fighting the first thing? And then when did you, if it wasn't the first thing, when did you transition to saying, okay, fighting is what's going to take me there?
I have other things, of course, like master chef. You know, I like cook.
You like to cook?
I like cook.
Come over and teach me.
Of course. I like cook every time. This take my stress, you know.
Yeah.
I'm tranquil, but sometimes after the trainings, hard trainings in the morning, sometimes in the night, especially, I like cook. And all time saw the videos like Gordon Ramsay and other kinds of the chefs, and learn. Because this is one thing that I grow up with my mother. They teach me a lot. When she go to cook, all time I follow her and say, what you need to put here. I will say, what you need to put here. You know, you understand?
Yeah.
I'm like the girl that she don't have.
Yeah.
You understand? All the time follow my mom, these kind of things when she go to cook. And now I can say that I cook very well.
Yeah. So that was one thing, and then anything else, and then when did you finally decide to get into martial arts, and what style did you start with?
Martial arts started very early in my life. You know, my father was a world champion boxing. I started from my 4 years old, but I was player soccer, football in Portugal. I play very well, but it's too hard that I have these kind of the shoes, because I like a lot football, play football, you know. So, but it's becoming some moment in my life that football don't bring me more this kind of the passion, you know. I was no more excited, you know. And I think that because I don't have discipline in this kind of time, you know. I was so good in what I do that I don't put the discipline and the work hard like I put on a mixed martial arts, because I was so well. Many times I don't was on trainings the football, but I was on games and make a lot of goals. You understand? Everybody was happy, and I think this is what I lose, the discipline and the focus. Then I have the transition from mixed martial arts.
I think it's a give or take in the pressure. Like I played team sports in high school and stuff like that, and it's cool to be a part of a team when you're out there together in like a battlefield. You know, you're playing football, you're maybe soccer, whatever it is, football. And then I think the difference is it's less pressure, but less reward.
Yeah.
And I think when you fight, it's more pressure because it's just you.
Yeah.
You're out there by yourself, but it's more reward because when you win, you're by yourself. It's a team effort because you got to have a good team, you got to have good teammates and all that. But when you go out there in actual competition, for me, it's like once I started competing in martial arts, that was just such a different, like to win a martial arts competition from taekwondo to kickboxing to jiu-jitsu to MMA, everything I've ever competed in since I was 8 years old. It's always felt much better to win something by myself, especially with just me and one other person and just our skill set, our brain, our body, our mind, no weapons, no balls, no other things. It's like it's such a more gratifying feeling and more alpha, you know. So like that's what drew me to martial arts.
But on football have this not too much like an mixed martial art, but have I know because in my family we are 5 brothers, and my father is a very competitive. You understand? He wanted that we become the best in what I do in the school. when we have the test of running, we should win, bring the medals for home, or if you don't win, we don't have like the gift. You understand what he give? You understand? Every Sunday when we are very very young, he make me and my brothers in parking running for check who will win. You understand? It's like every Sunday, every time, like competitive. We put in our head and brain say that we are the best, and in the games on football, we should make a lot of goals. You know what I'm saying? So in this kind of time, I was competing like with all team. They need pass me the ball if I make the goals. You understand? For make the goals. So this give me some competition and the pressure. I need to make goals because everybody know that I'm good. I will make good goals. But in the end of the day, I start to lose the passion and because all my family fighting, and I wanna fight. I wanna feel that I'm more superior.
That competition side.
Yeah.
And so when you started, you said your dad was a boxer. So did you start in boxing?
Yeah.
You started in boxing?
In boxing.
And then how long did you do that? And then what did you transition to from boxing? Did you go straight to BJJ and kickboxing, or?
Yeah, I was started with my father boxing. He tried to teach me. But always I want sparring. I don't want to.
Same way when I was in Taekwondo.
I don't want to start with this kind of chat or follow.
So funny.
I don't start on this. Yeah. And he say that you need to be more disciplined, blah 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 blah. But always I want to spar. Then I stopped the training boxing with my father, and with my 11 years old I started MMA.
Wow.
But I started jiu-jitsu and kickboxing.
Gotcha.
Jiu-jitsu and kickboxing, and then we do MMA, all this kind, and then submission, no gi. And all this time I started very early kickboxing and jiu-jitsu at the same time, same academy. And my coach, the kickbox, is very disciplined. He's one guy that is rules, rules. And then in this time I don't have money for pay the gym. You understand me? And I like go to school, and he put me work on gym. Yeah. You understand? Put me work on gym, stay on gym. And training, and all the time, and it's very hard. Guy. It's very hard. So now in this time, I need to learn shadow, this kind of things that I hate. Yeah. And
I was like you, man. Same like you. I was in Taekwondo, and like I was embarrassed to do like board breaking and forms and stuff. I just wanted to spar all the time. Yeah, that's it. I just want to fight. And I'd never fight on the street. I'm not a violent person outside. Yeah. But when I was able to and put in competition, that's all I wanted to do. I didn't care about forms. I didn't care about board breaking. So it took me a while. And then I moved into more kickboxing and found out that was a little different than Taekwondo. And found out that keeping your hands so low, not so good in kickboxing.
It's a good times.
And then, so you got into when you had your first fight, your first MMA fight. How did that feel? And then, how old were you, and when was that? When you had your very first pro MMA fight?
I started in amateur.
Amateur. So even then, how'd that feel when you had that first fight? When you got out there and competed? And
I feel good. I like competition. I remember my first amateur fight. I was 15. Yeah. 15 years old. 15. I started to make my show off.
Yeah.
My show
off. It started all together, huh?
I started my show off, provoked my fight, and everybody look, what this kid will do, and I win so easy my first amateur fighter, and then it's a tournament, like you can fight 3 times. Yeah. 3 times. So I started 2 times, and I win, and I start to say, who's the next that I will take this head off, something like that. Yeah. And another guy don't want to fight with me, and the second they give me somebody more old than me, you understand? Yeah. I was junior, They give me some guy from senior. You know
Right.
Then I win easy. Then in the next tournament, they put me on the senior team. I was junior, you understand? Yeah. And they put me in senior for fighting with senior. My weight is 56. In this time 56, but I fight in 61 because in 57, because of my age, don't want to fight.
Yeah.
So they put me in 61 and I beat everybody. And on amateur, then they gave me the trophy, the best fighting of the country, the Portugal, and this kind of things. I was very provocating, this kind of the things. Put some show. Then I moved very early for amateur, for professional. When I was 70 years old. I was already with this kind of feeling the competition.
Right.
You understand? The amateur tournament make me feel good. You understand? I recommend for everybody that wants to start MMA that should start for amateur. Sure. You understand? Forget some experience. Of course, it will be different. But not so different if you start already like a professional. I don't have this kind of the pressure like many people when start feel.
Yeah, and the pro career is what counts. I mean, I had 22 amateur fights before I turned pro, and I've had like 20-something pro. So I've had 40-something, 43, 44 total fights, and the amateur career was very important.
Yeah, it's very
I got no money, and I got lumped up, and it was like what you did. I was in Texas and in the South, and so it was the same situation. It was tournaments, mixed rules. So it was kind of like gray area against the law or not or whatever. So it was like some fights were like open hand to the face, like pancration style, but you could kick an elbow to the face. Then some were like no strikes to the face. Then some were just everything. So it was crazy. It was a different rule every time, but it was like the same thing. You'd have to fight a tournament, so you'd have to fight 2 or 3 fights in one day. And I remember I went to 3 decisions one time, and it was like 60 minutes of fighting in one day. And that's a lot.
It's a lot.
When you fight for 60 minutes, even if it's divided into 3 fights, I was exhausted, man. I was so exhausted, but it's important to get that experience, and I agree with you on that. When you started the pro career, and you obviously were top in Portugal, when was it that you decided, okay, this is going to be it? This is going to be where I'm going to be have my success and get everything that I want. Was there a turning point?
No, it's in when I start.
When you started, you were pretty much all
when
in.
I started.
After the first win, you were just like,
no. When I started the training MMA,
even training,
you
knew this was going to be it.
When I started, like I left the football, and then I started the jiu-jitsu MMA, and I focused myself like this is what I want to do, because I have discipline on mixed martial art. They give me discipline. They give me like be a man. You understand? Yeah. And so I wanted this for my life. I wanted this for my life. I was thinking that I want to be a boxer, but MMA give me some passion and excited that another sport don't give me.
Career you can have success at and have fun.
Yeah, I was starting very very early on thinking on this, that I want to be the best or make this my job, my full job, because I stopped to go to school for training.
Yeah,
I stopped to go to school. I was in school and watching the videos on the informatic room. You understand? I stop. Like I don't go to school. I'm lose the time. I should stay on gym and training, and always I'm training more than my other friends, because they are in school. They are working. But no, I was left the school and go for training.
Yeah.
So I was training with 15 years old, 16, 2 times per day. Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And then you knew.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I take a second to thank our sponsors, which lets this podcast happen. So I'll sell you my sponsors. But so my first sponsor is Manscaped, the official trimmer of the UFC, and now the official trimmer of the Real Cook and Mike Swick podcast. Do you know about Manscaped or no?
Manscaped, no.
No, you don't know? I gotta show you. It's next level.
Okay.
The best below the waist trimmer on the market. Below the waist, you get what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And it's amazing, man. Their products are next level. If if that's what you're going for. And so manscaped.com, manscaped.com. Use code QUICK, and you get 20% off discount and free shipping. And it is literally the best product. I would have brought them out here and showed you, but since I've been using them, I was like, nah, it probably wouldn't be so sanitary. But literally, it's the best. It's ridiculous. I mean, they got like, the trimmer's got like flashlights and plastic blades, and next level shit. So anyway, manscaped.com, code QUICK, and 20% off and free shipping. Also, this podcast is brought to you, you're very familiar with, AK Thailand, the world's premier luxury training resort. Your gym at the moment until we send you over to headquarters. So I guess you can attest to AK Thailand being a pretty snazzy place to train.
Yeah, of course.
For world champions like yourself or beginning students that have no experience at all, it's kind of a good mix of everything, good family environment. And you can get all the information at akthailand.com. Any questions will be at info@akthailand.com. And I'll go ahead and pop in the commercial right now.
What's up, everybody? I am here in Thailand. This is the first time I've ever been here. Been dying to come here for years. Mike Swick, he's one of the big reasons he's been trying to pull me down here. What he built down here, AKA Thailand, is incredible. There's people here from all over the world. You can train mixed martial arts here, jiu-jitsu. They have weightlifting, they have cardio, and obviously they have Muay Thai, boxing, everything. I'm telling you guys, I know everybody wants to go to Thailand because Thailand's so cool, but you can't come to Thailand without coming to AKA Thailand. Come on.
Okay, so you talked about you had five brothers?
Five
brothers. Okay, so how do they feel about watching you now, especially, winning the world championship in RIZIN and stuff? Like, obviously through your career, you're getting a lot of wins. That they have to be having some kind of reaction to that. And then now being the RIZIN champion, now getting signed with the UFC and going to that next level. What are their thoughts on that?
They are very proud and happy, My old brother is a professional boxing fighter too. He was for competing in Olympics Games in London.
Yeah.
But because some problems of documents, he don't compete. And my second brother, my first brother, my old brother, then it's me. Then have the one that is very, very good in football, soccer, but he left the football. He was in big team. He was on big team, and he was get a lot of money in Spain, but he left the football, soccer for fight MMA.
Yeah.
For training MMA because he was so motivation to see me training fighting. He was the more bigger than my family. He's very, very big and physical shape is very, very, very good. And he started fighting boxing and win, and start fighting MMA. It is very good. And I have another brother is super talent in boxing. He's just fighting boxing. He's super talent. For me, is the next can be a world boxing champion. He's very super talent.
Yeah.
And have
a fighting family, huh?
Yeah. And another, he have 13 years old. He's good on two, football, soccer, and fighting and boxing. He's very, very good. I think he is the most talent in our family, the youngest, because he started boxing with 2 years old, and he have the skills like old man. Like he is very technical.
Yeah.
So we are choose what he need to do. We are
disciplined family there.
Yeah.
What does your father think now? Since you quit boxing kind of and then went on your own path, but then now you're having all this success, how does he take it?
My father was very, very proud. I think 50% of this success is because, what can I say, is very what can I say, he push a lot for us, you understand me? He make me and my brothers feel that without hard work, you can't have success. So he gives this discipline, like you need to work hard every Sunday running. You understand? These kind of things. Fight with each other, make sparrings with me and my brothers. You understand? Be better than another athletes. Like, and now this is automatic. Like some Sundays I feel like feel bad if I don't go running. You understand? Because it's already in my. I think
a lot of fighters have that guilt.
Yes. This is.
I've always had that too. Or if I go for a workout, I'll set my goals before I start.
Yeah.
Very optimistically.
Yeah, automatically.
And then I struggle to make it because it's harder than I thought.
Yeah.
But if I don't make it, like on the airdyne, a certain speed for a certain time, or a run or whatever it is, if I don't make it or I have struggled to make it, I start feeling guilty, like I'm going to lose a fight.
It's like that.
Like I literally feel like I'm going to lose a fight. One session, one workout, one day. And so I have to push myself to get to that level or whatever my goal is, and I won't stop until I get there. And it's like that deep guilt if I don't, or if I don't.
Many times when I don't training, like I feel very guilty. Like I was thinking fight, like fuck, maybe something will happen bad because I don't go with this training, I don't be in this training on Tuesday, something like that. And if I lose one training, I go running, feel better.
Yeah. You know what's weird is though, we figured out at AKA, because we were one of the old school, original gyms, and we kind of derived from the Lions Den, which is real hardcore. And Frank came over and then started the team, which was Team Shamrock. And then when Frank left is when we all kind of like formed Team AKA, because Frank left, it was Team Shamrock. But it had this real hardcore, like beat you up, sparring sessions were like fights, training all the time, craziness. And what happened was we lost a lot of our fights. Like we had to back out of a lot of fights, and we got injured a lot. And so eventually we had to make that transition, especially as I got older, into training less and smarter. And that's where I fought that guilt the most, because like I felt like, fuck, man, I'm not doing my work. But I had a little bit more success because I wasn't killing my body so much. And then when I would fight, I'd feel a lot better. So it's kind of, you get to that point where you got to deal with it, but you got to at some point.
Right.
Yeah, but the way you train is good, like we've always, we've learned from all the history of AKA, so we've kind of toned it to the right way, and you can still get hard work without beating your body up.
Yeah,
we didn't have to spar 5 rounds a day, beating the crap out of each other, and I mean we were fighters, and that's what we did.
Yeah,
so it made us good, right? We had a lot of success, but at the end of the day, a lot of us were broken and beat up and stuff like that. So I totally get what you were saying about that. And you have a good business mind too. Like if you have a good responsibility and a good business mind. We talked about business a lot with your brands and things like that. And as a fighter, I'll say you're the easiest to deal with that's came into AK Thailand. It's so often that because we have a full administration with Anshar Ali that handles everything, visas. And I mean, when you come to AK Thailand and you train with us, we handle everything. And that's what I think a lot of people don't realize is you're like part of the family. So we got an entire administration team, a whole office in the back that does nothing but takes care of visas and helps you. And even if you want to find an apartment or a motorbike or if there's an accident or a police situation or whatever, but you handle so much stuff on your own. It's shocking to me, like when I talk to you and get updates about your visa going to America and get your visa going here, you are on top of it. Like you do really good on that. Like surprisingly, like no fighter's ever been able to handle anything administratively like you have.
This I learned too with my father. When I
was very surprised
because my father always, when he go to make the documents, family house or something like that, he push me and my brothers come with me for see how to do this, how to handle with this. If I don't be here in next day or next year, you should do this. You understand? So we go with my father, check the documents, and my father all the time when we finish the running, if we win, he bring one of my brothers what we win, he go to park in the car, with his city, the name of streets, how you come for home, and he all time say me like, never go to home in same way, try to find another ways. And this kind like documents, everything my father tried to make we become a responsibility for our life very, very, very early. It's because always I like to go check what you need to do, what is better every time.
No, it's good, man. And being a fighter, you have to be smart, business-minded, because you as a fighter, you're an entertainer. So you have to be able to fight good. But if you have no business sense and you can't market yourself like you do with that flashiness and also have the discipline to do the other things, it's like you have half the package. You kind of have that full package, which is why I'm so excited to see how you do in the UFC and where you progress, because I see you being way ahead of a lot of the fighters. And you're probably one of the only fighters that's ever came and talked to me about business, like strictly had meetings with me just to talk about business and stuff that had nothing to do with fighting.
I learn. I have you like an example that I want to be after the fight.
It's good that you're thinking that way, so young especially.
Yeah, and I always try to have the best advice with somebody that really have something. And for me, it's good have this kind of experience. So I know that in the future or something like that, I learn, I saw. So I know that I will do good, and I know that I'm in the right way.
What are you working on now? Like what are you working on, like in your spare time, to build for after your career? I know you got your clothing line and stuff.
Yeah, I like so much the clothes. And this is my passion when I'm
easy money.
Yeah, it's my passion when I was kid.
This podcast is also sponsored by Easy Money.
This is one of my passion, because I always when I was kid, I saw many fashion weeks.
Yeah.
I saw all the time.
Oh, good. So I'm not the only one that's been to a fashion week.
A fashion week.
I was a fashion week in Paris. I was hiding my head.
In Portugal, we have a fashion week always. I'm going. I have.
I'm the same, brother.
Yeah, I'm going to see. I like this word because it's make me. I like it's something that I really like. So I know that I have some. I'm not so professional on this. I know because sometimes you the most important, I think, on this business you need to be organization. You have, and I know this. I don't have this, but I like. I have the passion. Yeah. So this is the most. I think the most important.
Because you can get everybody else. You can get the people to do all you can task out. Like, okay, Thailand, it was my idea and I built it, but it's like I couldn't do it without the people that I brought on to do these things.
This is what I learned in AKA in many things. I don't do everything.
You can't.
You can.
I tried that in the beginning, bro, and you just get broken.
I learned this. I learned this here.
In you AKA, see how many different departments there are.
Like everybody have his work.
Yeah.
Everybody have his work, and you need to respect his space and everybody. Yeah. So because I learned early this, do all the stuff, the things that I want to do, everything, and don't give opportunity for people that create a team, have the organization, create a team, create some team. This is what before I don't have, and try to do everything, and you can't do everything. I can't do.
And you can grow faster. Like for me, I tried to micromanage everything because I feel like my idea had to be exactly how I wanted it, and I'm the only person that can do it. But the actual, idea is that you find the right people that can do each of those tasks that will make it how you kind of want it. And then I guess Greg can probably agree that I'm very difficult to work with because of my detail, but you got fantastic people like Greg and Anshali and my department people. Now it's like I've loosened up and let it kind of go. I don't even look at the podcasts. Like once we do these podcasts, I don't even see them again until they're on YouTube. If we do like comments or something like that, because I have full trust in the people that I have with me, that I don't have to sit there and be. Otherwise, I was up all night long looking at the podcast, looking at the gym, looking at the programs, looking at and I was getting no sleep, and everything was kind of going down until I started just getting the right people, trying to motivate them, and then having the trust that they can do the job, and then I can focus on just new ideas and trying to grow as fast as I could and be better at what I can do and have time for.
And one of my best friends, it's Alex. Of course, he's more old than me. Always when I was kid, my friends is older than me, like 10, 20 years more older than me. And Alex come in my life is changed many things. My thoughts and my business mind, you understand? Because he's very, very, very smart. The guy is very smart. And he put me this on my in my head that I can't do everything. You can't do everything. You understand? You need to be more organization. You need to find people for do the things for you.
Yeah.
You understand? You need to focus on fight, what is important for you, that you will open the doors for something more bigger than fight before the fight. You understand me? It's sort of like what you can get now in the fight, after the fight you will get more on fight.
Yeah.
So you need to enjoy and be more focused on fight for after you get more success. And so, and I start and learn with this kind of the persons around me, like you, Alex, that I talk with Alex every day. Like we talk like 5 hours on phone all time. We do my thing, they do my thing. He give me good advice, and
he's successful, very successful.
Yeah. And always on my praise on God, I know that I have my limits, and always ask for God for have people in my side, more experience that give me some wise what I need to do, what everything to. So this is what I'm saying before. My words and my thoughts have a lot of power. I feel I have a lot of power because what I'm thinking, I have can pass many times, but I will have what I'm thinking.
We always have a saying at AK growing up that winning fixes everything. So sometimes you're fighting, and I was building a business the whole time most of my career in the UFC, and a lot of times I would get too focused on that, and I'd be there till late at night because I'm just so passionate about building that too, but it was interfering with my sleep, interfering with my training a little bit. But winning fixes everything. You win fights, you get money, you get recognition, you get status, and all those things are going to help you later. Like when I came here and built AK Thailand, I was never a champion. I was never this big superstar or anything. But those wins that I did get, and that all those things helped me for the future. And so it's like you concentrate on just winning. It seems like things work out a lot better. It's better than spreading yourself thin and losing. Because losing does the opposite. It just makes things worse.
And in the time that I realize that I need work with team on my life is in fighting too, because on fighting I want to be a fighter, and my manager I was in the RIZIN, and I was a free agent, because I wanna discuss the business with the guys from RIZIN and from another promotion that I'm fighting. And it's good. I learn a lot how to negotiate something, and many times I win the negotiation. I guess RIZIN, these guys are very sharp on this business, and they do what I want. You understand? And like they still have happy and me happy. You understand? But if they don't want to happen and just me are happy, this is not a good business. But if both are happy, like it's a good business. But in the end of the day, this what I learned that I should have a manager, should have the team people that work. For me.
It's 100%. And I'm gonna stay in touch with Hav when you go to AK headquarters, obviously, and with you, and we'll keep posting stuff and updates and seeing how your camp's going and everything. And I'm super proud, man, to send you over there. And it's a family. We're all the same, and so it's like it sucks losing you here, but it's the best option. And I know it's gonna make you better. You're gonna have a better fight and a better career after this fight. So until this stuff clears up and you can come back here, it's gonna be an amazing time for you there. And we'll stay updated and keep posting stuff and keep boosting you up, man, because you're our boy. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
And I'm excited, man. What's gonna happen on this first UFC fight? Just a broad answer. What are you gonna do when you go out there? How's this fight gonna end? How's your show gonna go? What are you gonna prove? Make a prediction for me.
For me, the first thing, like I say, I really want punishment. You understand?
You want to punish this poor guy.
I don't like I like KO, but I don't like KOs like I like punishment. You know, I like show my skills and finish all my fights on second round. This is what I have all the time in my thoughts. Finish all fights on second round. I don't know why, but my first round is just warm up, but in second round is where I like to finish in my fight. You
like to just get in there and fight. You're not looking for like a easy way out or anything. You want to get in there and earn it, I think.
Yeah.
Because when I've coached you out there and seen you fight, you seem like you're enjoying yourself so much. Like you just enjoy being out there and mixing it up and playing this game of kinetic chess, this human kinetic chess with your opponent and getting the reactions that you want and learning from the ones you didn't get. And I see that in you, and that's good.
Yeah, it's good. I like enjoy the fight.
Yeah. Did you happen to see the fights that just happened with Mitchell and Feely and Anderson and Hall?
Yeah, I saw.
What are your thoughts on that?
Anderson, it's sad, but he's already old. I think that he don't know how to stop.
He's 45.
But
it's crazy.
It's difficult to stop, I think.
I think he looked good. He looked really good for a 45-year-old. Yeah. Almost, he's getting close to 50 years old. Yeah, I think he looked really good. His chin is just gone. I mean, those punches weren't crazy hard, but I think his chin is just kind of gone. I mean, these guys had so many fights, taking so much, from so many different people. And
I think on this age, people try to get most money they want and don't know how to stop, and then bad things happen, so
and we'll see what happens with Khabib. I respected the hell out of him for walking away on top like that. Dana says he might fight again. I don't know personally. I don't know the inside. The team didn't know. Hav and I didn't even know he was going to retire. I mean, he kept it very, very secret. It was between him and his mom and that whole thing. But I was proud to see him walk away young and on top and as the best.
And healthy, and he can enjoy the life,
Yeah.
Because with fighters, we have to close many things when you're training, when you fight. You can't do all the things like normal people can do. You can do. You should eat healthy all the time. Little vacations or not, training all the time and be very focused and kind of feeling like you want every time. And I think now, 32 years old, what Khabib have, you feel like now this go.
His life isn't even half over yet, and he's already been the best in the world.
Yeah, and
so
this feeling,
that's
this
amazing.
Heavy crown, you understand? Go, So like I don't need to prove nothing. Like Floyd, he left the boxing in good time, the best record.
I think he's still gonna fight again. He's always looking to fight again. It seems
he look on a fight, but he look for. He don't will have the same elite boxing fight.
Yeah.
Of course, he will make the exhibition fights that can give a lot of money. Smart moves, He never
like when he fought Tenshin and
he never will fight with somebody like now we like Canelo again.
No, of course.
Because he know and fight somebody that come from MMA, but the guy from MMA don't have his skills, his base, so it's easy for him.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. What are some of your favorite fighters outside of the team, AK and all that stuff? But who are some of your favorite fighters out there that you like watching, motivates you?
Boxing or MMA?
MMA. Who are some of the guys that you really look forward to?
When I was a kid, I was looking for Jacare.
Jacare. It's so funny when you say you were a kid. When I was a kid, it was like a whole different genre of fighters. I'm talking like Fedor and Shogun and Pride and all these people like Vanderlei and Pride. You're like, it's so funny.
Jacare, I was looking in the Jose Aldo. Jose Aldo and Dillashaw.
And what about Stylebender?
Stylebender. Yes, I like his.
I really thought Costa was going to put a lot of pressure on him and kind of block his because he didn't finish Anderson, and I felt like Costa was going to maybe get in there, but I'll never go against him now.
The pressure.
He did so well, man. He impressed me so much in that fight as far as Stylebender.
I think the pressure, Adesanya has more focus on fighting than Costa.
I don't know a middleweight that's going to be able to beat him right now. It's going to be a tough task.
They just announced that Błachowicz is up for a title shot against Izzy.
Oh, they just announced that already?
Yeah.
I saw the headline today.
So he's jumping up?
I guess.
Yeah.
So he's going to be possibly a two-division champ?
Should be careful.
The thing is about that one, what's interesting is Błachowicz is like a really strong puncher and a really big guy.
But Adesanya already proved with Romero.
I get it, but
You know, it's difficult to say that somebody have the power for finishing, because he'll make this game like run outside the cage, kicking. Doesn't matter how he win.
Yeah.
Points or
I'm not gonna go against him again for sure. I'm gonna go with Izzy, but still, like that's a tough fight. The dude's a big dude, man. When he just fought that last couple of weeks ago, whatever, he's a big man for 205.
And the guys that he fight, Romero and Costa, they are a heavyweight.
They're big guys.
They are heavyweight.
It's crazy, man. I want to see him fight Jones.
I don't believe that he win Jones.
You don't think so?
Nah.
But Jones is the last opponent.
Nah. Jones is different. He's another one.
I think Jones in his peak was one of the best.
Jones have the good wrestling, good striking. It's the reach, everything.
But he struggled in his last few, and he's not fought the best competition.
But I don't like. I think that
or
for John Jones
at their
is
best. I mean, like Santos and stuff like that had one leg and
the
middleweight.
Like the motivation, like against who fight.
Yeah.
So what give you fire for like this open the name of this guy, what he bring. Like I think he lose a little bit the focus and fire.
Yeah.
He always fighting with the best fighting, and now we lose, like he come Reyes, Santos. Like what he give for him.
Yeah. I just think it'd be an exciting fight with him and Izzy. Because it's going to be a striking, exciting fight. I think Błachowicz is going to be. I think you're right. He's powerful, but slower. And I think that speed difference is going to keep Izzy on the outside moving around.
With Adesanya should be a good fight. With Adesanya, I think there should be a good fight, because Adesanya is a undefeated fighter. He's a UFC champion.
Yeah.
And so for John Jones give I think some motivation for come back to the old John Jones.
Yeah. Could be, man. Yeah. And then by then you'll be fighting for the title, and we'll do another podcast, and we'll have a UFC belt sitting here instead of the RIZIN belt. But I wish you the best of luck, man. We got another 5 days together before we send you back to
5
headquarters.
Days. Yeah.
All right. We'll cherish those days.
New experience.
Be careful in America, man. The corona.
The corona.
Put the mask on.
I always try to follow the healthy rules, and I'm very scared with these kind of things, the disease, all the time, alcohol in the hands.
Yeah. But it's going to be good for you, man. I'm excited. I can't wait to see how you're doing there. And then obviously the fight, I'm going to have to watch from here. But I'll be there in spirit, and I'm excited to see it happen.
And I hope that you, when you can, the next fight,
100%.
Can stay in the corner.
Absolutely, man. It's fun working in your corner, trust me. Yeah. It's very fun. It's gratifying as a coach, so I will definitely be there.
I think we have the perfect team last fight.
Yeah.
Perfect connections. Everybody are
just
happy.
Good vibes
everybody, good vibes, just good vibes, and everybody understand each other and know what everybody should do.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Yeah. I agree with you 100%. And I want to thank you for doing the podcast again.
Thank you.
Coming and having a chat and sharing your story. It's cool, man, because this is like that point of where you start in the UFC, and this is your big rise, I feel. Yeah. It's going to be cool. So thank you for doing the podcast.
Thank you.
And and check out that Manscaped, dude.
Okay.
I'm going to show you some of the products.
Okay.
It's good.
Thank you.
Code QUICK for 20% off. Free shipping. All right, buddy. Good talking to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mike.
All right, brother.